Hi, and welcome to the general love reading for the week of Friday, March 29th, 2019. So what we do in the general love readings is that we look at the week ahead and we just are looking at general dynamics, looking at any kind of indicators of what to expect, and basically trying to figure out where you are in your love life this following week, okay? Now, these are timeless, so it doesn't matter if you watch it the day it goes up. If you're not watching it the day that it goes up, just know that it will apply to the next 7 days, alright? And I do post these every week, so those of you who watch it every week, you'll be able to see one next Friday. Alright guys, that said, let's go ahead and name the piles. Pile number 1 is the black obsidian heart. Pile number 2 is the blue lapis lazuli heart. Pile number 3 is the gray bloodstone heart. Pile number 4 is a pink rose quartz heart. Pile number 5 is the white opalite heart, and pile number 6 is the purple fluorite heart. So while you guys are thinking about which pile to choose, just want to go ahead and let you guys know everything you need to know about me is in the description. That includes how to contact me, how to make donations to the channel, and how to book a private reading with me. And just understand, in private readings we can go much more deep. I have readings at every price point, so if you are interested in that, you'll probably be able to find something that can work for you, alright? Now, I don't want to waste anybody's time though, so let's go ahead and start with the first pile. Those of you who have not picked, go ahead and pause the video so you can pick which pile you want to do, okay? Alrighty. So, of course I need to move these piles away first so we have enough room to spread out. Alright, so those of you who picked the first pile, the black opalite heart, I'm sorry, the black obsidian heart, I apologize. We've got tea leaf fortune cards, the secret language of color cards, and the universal Rider-Waite deck that we're using. Just wanted to make sure you knew that. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. Alright guys, this looks very positive. We have Coral, allow flow and synchronicity into your life. That's great. We have the Skull, we have the Clouds, and we have the Tankard. Okay, so it looks like we've got like 2 kind of main things going on this week for you guys for love. First off, you guys, people are sharing how they're feeling this week, okay? Your person's probably going to share how they feel about you, or you're going to be kind of feeling in this energy where it's obvious how they feel. Like, you don't even need to ask them because it's so obvious how they're feeling about you, that kind of thing. All right? So you're going to be fine. The King of Cups is talking about expressing very mature feelings. The 2 of Cups is just a beautiful card. It's about coming together and exchanging. It can be like exchanging vows. It can be exchanging a promise. It can be about exchanging love. It's a very mature love card, okay? I love getting this. It's a great card. We also have the 8 of Pentacles. Now, I feel like this has 2 messages. For some of you guys, it's going to be one or the other, and for some of you guys, it's going to be both. For some of you guys, one or both of you in the relationship are going to be really focusing on work or school this week, or some kind of skill, some kind of hobby, just really, really concentrating hard on it, and that might cause you or your person to be a little aloof at times. This is not going to be the whole week, but just at times, okay? The other way of interpreting this that I think is going to apply to more of you is that it's like you guys are really, really working hard on this relationship this week. I really get the impression that both of you know what needs to be done, and it's like you guys are all about the other this week, okay? I do want to mention 8s can kind of point to obsession. Now, I'm not talking about anything super, super unhealthy in this spread because of everything here. It feels more like it's like you know, you guys are really stuck on each other, okay? So do kind of make certain that you make room for other things, okay? So from the tea leaf fortune cards, we have the Tankard. This is all about celebrating. This is about having fun. You guys are probably going to be laughing a lot this week. You're going to, you know, yeah, you're going to be enjoying yourselves. You're going to be celebrating something maybe. But the bottom line is that you guys are going to be emotionally, you guys are just fine, okay? Now, when it comes to the head, we've got the skull, okay? And we've got the cloud. So we've got some cloudy thoughts, okay? This could stand for a couple of problems, you know, raising up. And with the skull, we have, this is interpreted in multiple ways. And the traditional way of interpreting this is that there might be some secrets out there. I really don't feel like that's true in this particular case. In this particular case, I think that the skull is coming up to let us know that right now, you guys, because, you know, you've got the temporary problems. I feel like you're going to kind of be suspending your judgment, and the skull is kind of reminding you to bring in the mind. You know, remember that, you know, you've got to bring some logos into it, given that you're dealing with so much eros, right? So it's like that. This is more of kind of like, oh, and just so you know, try to be objective in this and everything. Not because you're going to get hurt, because I don't feel like this is a negative thing this week. I feel like this is extremely positive, very, very super positive. But more because, you know, you can get out of whack. You can get out of balance if you kind of ignore your thoughts there, okay? So, what this card is, you know, the secret language of color card is that your color is coral, okay? And this is talking about synchronicities. This is talking about seeing those kind of signposts along your way, letting you know you're in the right position, you're in the right spot. You will notice some synchronicities this week, and it'll really just serve to help you feel so much better about where you are. Another thing, you know, when it comes to this kind of stuff, go ahead and share that with your person as well, okay? Share that with your person, because I do think that, you know, your person's experiencing some too, okay? All right, so King of Cups, two of Cups, you guys are going to be great. You know, having that synchronicity and everything. Just try not to be all in your feelings, all right, guys? Hi, pile number 2. Those of you who picked the blue lapis lazuli, here is your reading. We have the Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Queen of Swords. All right, this is kind of like the very opposite energy as I got for the first one. Let's go ahead and bring in some more. We've got the Valley, we've got a Desk, we've got the Haystack, and we've got Lilac. Okay, wow, this is some pretty good stuff. At first I thought this was going to be only about the head and thoughts and that kind of stuff, but it gets kind of profound as we move this way. Let's go ahead and start with the tarot. All right, so I'm sure all of you guys know what I mean when I talk about, you know, of course there's a male and a female, but there's also feminine and masculine energy for those of you who are in same-sex couples. And some of you who are in a male-female couple might have like the roles reversed. Like the female might be the more masculine of the two and the male might be the more feminine of the two. So when I talk about the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, I'm talking about the Queen of Swords is representing the more feminine, and the Knight of Swords is representing the more masculine, okay? So the feminine energy in this, okay, in this relationship is trying to, is trying to get in balance between their head and their heart. And what you'll find is that the feminine will be feeling very much like her head and her heart is aligned, okay? The feminine aspect of this relationship will be feeling really balanced when it comes to the relationship itself, you know? It's like they're not confused about it, all right? When we have the masculine energy here, we've got somebody who's like kind of feeling really frantic. It's like they don't want to lose the feminine. It's like they're moving forward really quickly and they don't want to lose the feminine. The Knight of Swords, I think the Knight of Swords comes up every single time I have one of these love readings, and I just want to acknowledge that, okay? For those of you who keep getting it over and over and over again, this is about communication. This is about moving forward. This is letting you know it's okay to move forward. When you're looking at more specifically, you know, what is the masculine in this relationship doing? The masculine wants to move forward. At the same time, though, both of these cards are referring to both of you, okay? So there is also that kind of need to balance and that kind of synchronization on the masculine side as well. And there is a moving forward on the feminine side. It's just the feminine is leading that balance and the masculine is leading with the moving forward, okay? We also have both of you guys kind of moving away from negative patterns of thinking, which is really positive. So yeah, you're getting rid of some of the negativity there. And when I say that, you know, you guys might not fight at all. You guys might not have ever had a chance to have any kind of negativity between the two of you. That's fine. What it is that you're letting go of some of the fears, some of the things that your mind will tell you when you really engage with your thoughts and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, keep that in mind. All right, so our tea leaf fortune cards are, pay attention to your work, okay? I feel like there's some kind of work. I feel like this can be both like a career, like work, you know, or school work, but it could also be like a project that the two of you are working on, okay? Paying attention to what you're supposed to do, your obligations, your chores, your work, okay? That's important. We've got haystack. This is all about karma. Make sure that you're putting out a lot of positive energy because you're going to be getting that back 3, 4, 5 times over, okay? You're going to be getting that back. And then we've got deep personal strength and peace that assure success with the valley. I really do feel like, you know, when we look at the Queen of Swords being, you know, balanced, and when we talk about the Knight of Swords moving forward, that would create a very peaceful feeling, especially when you put on top of that, moving away from that kind of negative thinking. I really feel, again, you know, the negative thinking can just be from anxiety, you know, so moving forward can also have to do, you know, moving away from that and all of that can also have to do with just finding peace and in order to not be so anxious. So here we've got lilac, strengthen your faith, strengthen your faith, really believe in this relationship because it is happening. That's what it is. I do have to say this is, we have 42 here. We've got April this week. So look for something on April 2nd, okay? I usually don't get timing with this. But yeah, look for something on April 2nd. It looks like that might be an important day for you guys. All right? So you guys, you're just fine. You'll have an easy one. Hi, those of you who picked the gray stone, here is the reading for you. All right, so first we have the 10 of Swords. We've got the King of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Tower. The Tower means something different with this deck, okay? We have the Hat, we have the Goldfish, and we have Rose. Okay. Well, this is an interesting thing because it's like it might appear that there's a contradiction, but there really isn't. The 10 of Swords is letting us know that there was either something that felt like a betrayal, there's something that feels like maybe even paranoia, and there could have been for some of you guys an end to a relationship very recently, or that end to the relationship is affecting your romance. I feel like for like 90% of you, this is going to be on your side. Maybe 10% of you, it's going to be on the other person's side. It's going to mostly be for most viewers on your side, okay? Some kind of ending, some kind of betrayal, some kind of paranoia that has to do with your love life, okay? I feel like this is the energy that you're bringing in to this particular week right now, okay? And I'm not saying that it's like, oh, you're so negative or anything like that. I'm just saying that this is kind of the energy that you're bringing in right now, okay? The King of Wands lets us know that either you or your person or both of you are going to be in that energy of wanting to come forward very passionately. This might be sexually. But mostly it's like passion. It's about creativity. It's about generating something between the two of you, okay? And it's like you guys want to come together and create something. So I do see that connection, okay? So whatever ended, there's somebody, either there's somebody else or that person who maybe you think things are over with is going to come back, okay? With the Ace of Pentacles, we have basically an offer to bring this relationship into existence, basically, okay? With the Ace of Pentacles, we've got somebody saying, you know, hey, let's make this work. Okay, so with the Tower, we've got a really solid foundation. You know, you can't build high unless you've got a really solid foundation. So this is, in this particular deck, which is a tea leaf fortune cards, we've got the Tower representing success, okay? It's not falling down, it's built up, okay? We've got success. We also have a little bit, like, I've noticed the Tower can sometimes stand for isolation as well. So do also keep in mind that somebody in this particular relationship this week might be a little bit more introverted than usual, or it's just acknowledging as a confirmation that one or both of you are very introverted, okay? So yeah, we've got Hat. This is all about playing different roles. I feel like your roles are changing within the relationship. Okay, but I also think that it's like, this is letting you know, this kind of alerting you to, you don't necessarily have to play around so much. I mean, sure, if you want to have fun and all of that, you know, like one thing me and one of my friends do is we baby talk at each other, and it's so dumb, you know, like, and we both know it's dumb, but it's just something playful, and we both know that the other isn't an infant or a toddler, right? We know that about each other. So when we wear those hats, it's like for play, it's not, you know, serious. But for those of you who are wearing a hat and it's like I really want to come across as this way, you know, because maybe you're not comfortable with yourself, you can shed that right now. You can be yourself, okay? And understand that, you know, it might call for you to be a little bit different this week as well, okay? So that's, you know, that's what the hat's talking about. We've got the goldfish. You know, fish is always associated with wealth. Obviously, we've got the Pisces energy. You know, I'm aware of that kind of stuff and everything. But fish is always associated with wealth when we're looking at divination. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, with the new offer, one of you guys might actually get a job offer this week that would affect the relationship. But I really think that with this abundance and wealth, we're talking about a wealth of emotion. We're talking about a wealth of... we have something coming for the two of you this week, you know? Something is going to be made concrete. It's going to manifest. And when we have the rose, this is about attracting a relationship. So you, the viewer, you are going to be in that energy of really attracting somebody towards you, okay? So those of you who are single, those of you who have a crush on somebody, you're going to be attracting someone to you, probably the person you have a crush on. Those of you who are already in a relationship, be aware that you might be attracting a different relationship to you just because... you know, I mean, it's spring, it's, you know, and all of that kind. At least in the Northern Hemisphere. I do know there are people who watch from Australia and other Southern Hemisphere places. But yeah, we've got that kind of new beginning in love here. It could be a new beginning with this, especially given that we've got an ending and then we've got a beginning here. But just know that, you know, you're guaranteed some success this week, either some financial... you know, abundance that will affect your relationship, or just the fact that you're manifesting things here. You're going to be feeling very passionate, very creative, and you will be attracting that relationship, okay? So you're good. You're good. Don't let this color your whole week, because it might serve to kind of blind you to all of the great stuff that's coming this week, you know? All right, pile number 4, those of you who picked the pink rose quartz, here's your reading. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? Your luck's changing, most likely for the better. We also have the 5 of Wands. this is a lot of playful energy right now in your relationship. Some of you guys might be in a relationship where maybe you guys are both in the same field, you're both in the same job, or maybe you're both majoring in the same thing in school, and it's like you feel kind of competitive with one another. That might get a little bit out of hand, but I think for most of you this is about playfulness. I understand the traditional meaning of the Five of Wands. I know that it can mean conflict and arguments and stuff like that, but I really feel like it's more playfulness in this particular spread. We do have the Hermit energy, but I don't feel like this is a new thing. I feel like this is like, oh yeah, you know, we both kind of do our own thing on our own. We both have that independence. So this is kind of honoring that and letting us know that it's important to make sure that you're, you know, it's important to make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well as a separate entity in this, you know, situation. We've got, for the secret language of color cards, we've got purple, which is all about developing mental clarity. So the Hermit energy right now coming in, you know, talking about that is, you know, what the Hermit does is the Hermit withdraws so that they can kind of ruminate about everything, so they can come to a higher understanding, so that they can then apply that wisdom to what they're doing, okay? So that's, you know, I feel like these two are definitely connected there. Right, so we've got the Shark here. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. That's an interesting thing here. Maybe the person that you're interested in has, you know, decides to make a, you know, a purchase that's maybe not a wise one, or maybe you do. You know, we all can get into those kinds of places sometimes. Just be careful with your money. Know that this is only coming up because it would affect your relationship, okay? And we have the heart, love, and deep affection and caring. This is great. I mean, yeah, you guys are fine. Even if you are the kind of person where it's like you'd like your person to come forward a little bit more or not be so withdrawn, this person loves you, okay? There is love between the two of you. You don't have any problems there. And we've got firecracker. This is excitement. This is like a spark between the two of you. This is also very much sexual energy. You guys have it all, okay? You've got the mental clarity. You've got luck on your side. The universe is trying to push you together. You've got the playfulness. You've got the love. You've got that kind of that attraction, that fiery attraction towards one another. This is just, you know, telling you, you know, don't forget about your finances, and that's it. You know, sometimes things like this come up to give us a warning, not because it has anything to do with the relationship, but because the relationship is so great right now. Sometimes we kind of like neglect other areas of our lives. So that might be another reason why that's coming up. All right, guys? Okay. Hi, those of you who picked pile number 5, the white opalite, here's your reading. We have the 9 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the 3 of Cups. We have the tent, okay? We have the wall. We have the V, which stands for victory. And we have orange. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a weird one, okay? Because this is going to be focusing a lot more on the individual in this situation, okay? Both you and your person, okay? Where you guys are right now is that you both are learning to take care of yourselves so that you can also take care of a relationship, okay? For those of you who are single, the focus is on you, okay? Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself as best as possible. We also have some kind of cause for celebration. I feel like this is going to happen in the future. This is some kind of plan that you're going to be making this week with one another, or it's something that you're going to want to plan this week with one another. Just acknowledging that, okay? But this is also telling you there is going to be a future here between you and that person, okay? This card is saying that as well. Now here we go. We've got a temporary misunderstanding, okay? Because a tent is temporary. You don't stay in it all the time. Some people might, but you know, this is just a temporary home, okay? So it's a temporary misunderstanding. It's a wall, right? Okay, but you are going to be victorious in this, okay? In other words, you know, we're not talking about you personally, like, oh yeah, you're going to win the argument. We're talking about victorious in that the relationship's not going to fall apart because of one misunderstanding, you know? It's just that, yeah, there's going to be some of that, but it's okay because you're going to be fine, you know? For those of you who aren't in a relationship but are thinking about somebody in specific, that person might be a little cranky, you know, that kind of thing. But they'll be fine. It's just a temporary thing, okay? So anything that comes up that feels like a wall or feels like a misunderstanding, that's a temporary situation. The overriding feeling is that you will be victorious. Orange is kind of reiterating what the Nine of Pentacles is saying. Take care of yourself, nurture yourself, pamper yourself, you know, eat your fruits and vegetables. You know, of course, if that, you know, belongs in your diet, and, you know, get enough water and all of that kind of stuff, and nurture yourself and nurture your mind, your heart, your soul. Do the things that you need to do to get clear. Okay. So yeah, and orange, you know, another thing that I kind of associate this with is about feeling secure, you know, really feeling secure in who you are and what's going on in your world. So nurturing yourself can also mean making sure that you're feeling safe, okay? Alrighty, guys, so this looks like a pretty good week. I mean, there might be some misunderstandings, but just know, anything that's, like, real negative that happens, you know, like somebody putting up walls, somebody being distant, it is temporary, okay? Alrighty. Hi, those of you who picked pile number 6, the purple fluorite heart, here is your reading. We've got the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. So this group is my group that has some long distance relationships in it. We even have Aqua as your secret language of color card. So that's interesting. For your tea leaf fortune cards, we have the ring and we have the staff. Wow. So here's the deal. Some of you guys might actually feel like you're going through a difficult time right now in the relationship. Not all of you are going to feel like this, but some of you guys might feel that way. Some of you guys who are single or maybe have a crush on somebody might feel like there's a difficult time right now, you know, and when I say that, I mean this week. Understand that you're going to be taken care of. In that, you know, you're not alone. And if it feels like, well, yeah, I am literally alone, it's like, there's some kind of force out there, the universe, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, that's trying to get this taken care of for you so that you will feel better in love, okay? Because you're on the road to success, okay? So you're on the right path. No matter what you're focusing on right now, you are on the right path. The person that you're thinking about, that's the right person to think about. The person that you're in a relationship with, that's the right person to be in a relationship for now, okay? And then we have a marriage, you know, a marriage or some kind of like coming together in a partnership. So it could also have to do with like a business contract, right? So in your relationship, maybe you guys are going to start working with one another. There's that. But this could just be, you know, this is like a promise. This is like a contract. This is like saying, okay, yeah, we're together. Some of you guys are going to get that this week, okay? That makes sense given that we've got the Emperor here, and the Emperor likes to define things. The Emperor likes to define things, control things, make sure that everything is just so, make sure that everything's organized and all of that. He's a very masculine figure. The Queen of Pentacles isn't the perfect match for the Emperor, but the Queen of Pentacles is one of those cards that reminds me a whole lot about the Empress. The Queen of Pentacles, she's a feminine energy. She's got abundance all around her. She's out in nature. She's got, you know, she's got all of these, she's got animals around her. She's got, you know, she's got a lot of wealth. She's a very feminine force, you know, so I do feel like this is almost a matching pair. It's like there's a lot of really nice energy between the two of you, because the two of you are kind of of the same mindset and what you value, okay? Maybe neither one of you are real rigid. That's fine. It's just that you guys both value the same things. You guys both prioritize the same thing. So that's another thing that's going on here. This is basically just talking about traveling. You know, talking about traveling, talking about distance. It can mention about waiting. This can be about, you know, reading books, you know, because with books we can travel to all sorts of different places. Places that don't even exist, you know. This is about also getting to that point where it's like you're going to want to make a move soon. And it's either, and by you, I mean either you or your person, okay? Because there's this, you know, when we have these, when we have the wand cards, we're talking about action, okay? And we're talking about passion, we're talking about fire, we're talking about desire. So there is if you want to even go this far, there is a longing, right? We've got long distance, we've got somebody maybe wanting to travel. There is a longing there, okay? And that is a very powerful force in this relationship right now. So with your secret language of color card, we've got aqua. This is about experiencing peace and calm. Find a way to feel more peaceful and more calm. That could be getting 15 more minutes of sleep every night. It could mean going ahead and meditating or finding some kind of exercise to do, like yoga, tai chi, or maybe it's just running, you know, just something that'll kind of mellow you out. And if in this week you can't find something like that, just try. That's it, you know, just try. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. At least you're putting yourself in that energy, okay? Some of you guys might like, you know, engaging in any kind of creative endeavor like art, music, coloring, that kind of thing as well, you know, journaling, writing. There are all sorts of different things. Whatever you do to self-soothe, partake in that kind of activity, because that will help this relationship along, okay? It'll get your mind clear too. All right, guys, so you've got a lot to look forward to this week as well. Alrighty, so thank you guys so much for watching me to the end of this video. I love every single one of you. I am so happy for all the feedback and support. Every single time I get a new subscriber, I get so excited. I'm still at that point, even though my channel has grown a great deal. I'm still celebrating all of you guys, and I'm still so excited when I see those numbers going up. You know, I really appreciate the feedback and the comments, you know, keep them coming, you know. It helps me know what I'm doing right. And also any kind of criticism, that helps me know what I'm doing wrong. If you have any suggestions for a pick a card reading, go ahead and leave them in comments. Either I or my communications manager, Shannon, will see them and add them to our list of what we're, you know, of upcoming readings, and I will get to it. Also, I just want to say again, for those of you who would like a more detailed reading, I do offer those. The turnaround's 5 to 10 days, or I'm sorry, yeah, 5 to 10 days, or you could get one that the turnover is within 48 hours of ordering, okay? It just depends on how much you want to spend and how many questions you want to ask and all of that kind of stuff. Just want to remind you guys of that if you would like to take advantage of that. All right, guys? So that said, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week, all right?